Hey YouTube, this will be my quick little off-the-cuff review of the Jinma, I think the model number is JM6 Woodchipper. It's a great machine. I could stop the video here, but you'd probably feel cheated. You probably, like me and most anybody that has a tractor, we spend all this money on implements and we very seldom master any of them. I've got to say, out of all the implements I have, this is by far my favorite and by far the one that has saved me the most headache. I bought this machine from Ranch Hand Supply. I think they're up in Chesapeake, Virginia. Talked to Ronald, a great guy. He spent probably an hour on the phone with me answering all the questions that I could possibly think of. So great guy. You know, when we decided to do the deal, I had it within a couple of days and it was delivered as promised. The thing I like about Ranch Hand Supply is he kind of goes through these machines, and you know, this is a Chinese machine, so he goes through them and, you know, just greases them and tightens things up and just gets it ready so that when you get it, it's ready to hook up and run. Now you do have to assemble the base right here. That part needs to be put on, and then the little feed chute has to be put on. You probably ought to give yourself a couple hours to do that. You know, you may think it's not a big deal, but this is an 850-pound piece of machinery, so you know, it took me a little while to get it assembled. A couple hours. It wasn't a hard job, just a little bit tedious. First impressions, I tell you, this is a great machine. Here in a minute you'll see some video of me running some stuff through it. I've been out here, probably got 15 hours on this thing, running them old locust trees through it, them old junk locust trees, and it's just eating them up. I'm running this on a Kubota 32 horsepower tractor. The PTO has 26 horsepower according to the manual, so I haven't had it bogged down yet, and you know, I've run some pretty big stuff through it. So I would say if you've got 26 horsepower on your PTO, you'll be just fine. This will take up to a 6-inch piece of wood, but you know, think about it. How often are you going to be running something like that through there? Usually it's going to be 2-3 inches or smaller. One thing I meant to mention about Ronald, he gives you the option of upgrading the belts, and for, I don't know how much it was, 70 bucks or something, I'd recommend you do it. I don't know if you can see right here, but there's several belts on that turn that flywheel. I think the flywheel is about 180 pounds. Those are not Chinese belts. They're you know, good belts that he puts on there. It was worth the money for me to have him do that. He also upgrades the belt on the auto feed drive, and that's a good thing because, let me show you this auto feed. As the machine runs, that turns and pulls the material into the blade. Sorry about that, YouTube. My battery on the camcorder died while I was right in the middle of that. So wrapping up here, I think that this is a great machine. It's by far my favorite and the most fun implement that I have. I can highly recommend Ranch Hand Supply. I think Ronald does a really good job. He'll spend the time with you, and he'll deliver a machine that will be ready to run when you get it. I think it's worth a few extra bucks to have him going through it, checking the bearings and tolerances and greasing and tightening and all that. I think it's worthwhile so that when the machine arrives you can, you know, just run it right out of the box. I think you should allow yourself a couple hours to get the machine unloaded and unpacked and the assembly completed on it. After that, it's ready to hook up and go. So if you're ready to have a little bit of fun and make some short work of all these limbs and trees you have laying around all over the place, I'd recommend you pick one of these machines up. I got mine at Ranch Hand Supply, and I've been very satisfied with the service that I've received there. The website is ranchhandsupply.com. So let's take a look at the machine in action.